Alan woke up at 7:42 on a Wednesday, which meant he was already late. He had set his alarm for 6:30. He had also set one for 6:45 and 7 o'clock and 7:15. He remembered none of them going off, though his phone said he had dismissed each one. He stood in the kitchen eating cereal straight from the box because the bowls were dirty. The bowls had been dirty since Sunday. On the fridge, a gym membership card hung under a magnet shaped like a tiny pineapple. He had gone twice in 4 months. The card felt heavier than it should every time his eyes passed over it. At work, he opened a document called Novel Draft, Chapter 1. It had 17 words in it. He had opened it every day for 11 weeks. He closed it again. He told himself tomorrow would be different because tomorrow was always the container he put things into when today became too full. That night, Alan sat on the edge of his bed with his shoes still on, staring at the wall, and thought quietly, I am the kind of person who almost does things. The book came on a Saturday from his younger sister, who had stayed over and left a small stack of her things on the coffee table when she went back to her apartment. He noticed the book only because he was cleaning. Not really cleaning, just moving piles from one surface to another. A thin paperback with a pale cover. She had written on the first page in pen, "For when you're ready, no rush." He almost put it back in the pile. Instead, he sat down on the floor with his back against the couch and read the first chapter. What he read did not tell him to change his life. It told him something smaller and stranger. It told him that he was not lazy. He was just the sum of what he did on ordinary afternoons. The next morning, Alan made his bed. Not because he wanted to, but because the book had whispered something about how who you become is just a stack of small votes. And he wanted for once to vote for someone slightly different. The bed looked crooked. He left it crooked. He put his running shoes by the door before he went to sleep that night. He did not run the next morning. He put them on, walked to the end of the street, and walked back. 2 minutes. He did it again on Tuesday. The book had told him in its quiet way that the size of the thing did not matter as much as the fact of it happening at all. He noticed something at work. Every time he sat at his desk, he opened his email first, and his email was a small trap he fell into for 40 minutes. So he moved the email tab. He put the novel document as the first thing his computer opened. Just that. Just moving a file. He wrote 30 words that Thursday, then 40 on Friday. The document stopped feeling haunted. He noticed the cereal box on the counter and understood, for the first time, that he kept eating cereal because the bowls were dirty. And the bowls were dirty because he never did them at night. And he never did them at night because he was tired. And he was tired because he stayed up watching videos on his phone. He started washing one bowl each night. Just one. The dishes did not get clean, but the one bowl was always clean. He began stacking small things against each other. After brushing his teeth, 2 push-ups. After pouring coffee, 1 page of reading. After closing his laptop, 10 minutes of walking. He was not building a new life. He was leaving small breadcrumbs for the person he wanted to become, so that person could find him. 6 weeks later, Alan ran for 11 minutes without stopping. He came home, sat on the floor and laughed. Not at anything in particular. Just at the strangeness of it. The bed behind him was made. Crookedly still, but made. He did not feel like a new man. He felt like the same man, voting differently.